What is up, everyone, and welcome to episode 64 of the 16-Ounce Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Castle Will Kill, and tonight it is yet another date night with the one and only Surf Biscuit. Surf, how you doing tonight, dude?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Damn, we missed St. Valentine's Day by 2 nights.
I know. If we only recorded this thing 2 nights, it would be a perfect date.
It would be perfect. I'm not sure what your missus would have had to say about that, though.
We've never been big Valentine's Day people. All we did was watch an episode of Ozark and play with the little guy until he went to bed, you know. And then I played Apex Legends while she worked.
Perfect.
Anyway, we on this special date night, guys, we'll just be going over some news, doing some community questions. We have a last call topic for you. So, as every week, we begin with what we've been up to, what we've played, you know, anything cool going on in our lives. Usually not because we're nerds. But, Surf, how's your past week been, man?
It's been good. Made some good progress at work on the project I was working on. So that's gone quite well. What have I done? Game-wise, did some Halo with Raz on Sunday. Managed to complete another legendary chapter under par, which is nice. So we managed to do 2 of those under par now on legendary. That's pretty cool. Ploughing on with Watch Dogs 2. Still don't like it.
It's not gotten any better.
It's not.
Should I not play it?
No, I didn't. Now I started. I finished the campaign. I mean, mechanically it's fine. I just don't find the characters interesting, and I'm not finding the story interesting. I mean, I think, like I said last time, Watch Dogs had a really interesting story. It was the revenge story, the vigilante. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just not finding this one that interesting. Some of the in-jokes are good. I got a bit excited because I found the side mission where you're going to meet Adam from the first game, but you just see him through a camera. It was really disappointing. But it reminded me how good, because you've got that crappy, your melee weapon is that crappy yo-yo thing on a
fucking yo-yo string thing,
and you see him on the camera using his nightstick, which is far cooler and just better all around.
Yeah, his melee weapon was a much more believable weapon to be able to take somebody down.
Yeah, it was exactly. It was, and you felt badass when you were doing it. So, and the other thing I was thinking, they give you 3 play options. I think what they call it, there's Ghost, there's Aggression, whatever, and there's a medium one. So you can sort of play it however you like. And I've been playing it sort of all guns blazing, really, because after Deus Ex, which I did Ghost and not killing anyone, I just want to run around shooting people. So I'm sort of going for that approach.
Okay.
But that doesn't really work with the character and what they're doing. You sort of feel, I run around and feel a bit guilty because I just basically just shot a load of security guards, like who worked at their equivalent of Google. I feel a bit tight. They're not really bad people. So yeah, the gunplay seems out of place as well. But like I said, mechanically, it's a great game. It works fine. I like the gunplay. The driving I'm getting on okay with. The hacking's fine. It's just the main character in the story.
That's a shame because, that's who you play as. So this should be a character that grabs your attention. You would hope, you know.
Maybe it'll get more exciting. I mean, I did hit a key point. I won't say because I don't know how far you've got through, so I won't do any spoilers.
Okay, yeah,
it's sort of ramped up slightly, so I'm hoping maybe it'll get really exciting by the end. What else have I done? I finished Assassin's Creed this evening. I got all the achievements.
That's
so
insane.
Until the next DLC comes out, I'm all done on that. So I'm quite happy with that.
How many days of your life was put in the game?
It was about 8 days, wasn't it? Almost about 8.5 days, I think.
A glorious 8 days.
It was a glorious 8.5 days. I loved every minute of that. So I'm looking forward to the next DLC. chapter, which will finish off the first DLC story. What else have I played? That's about it, really. Actually, highlight-wise for the week, gaming-wise, is I started reading a book, Blood, Sweat and Pixels.
Okay.
Really good. Can I remember the name? Remember that documentary film about the guys who made Super Meat Boy?
I can't remember the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know the
one
I mean?
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. It's that movie in book form, really.
Oh, okay.
They sort of do interviews with 10 developers, sort of wide-ranging. The chapters are basically based on the game names. So there's a section on, just for example, it ranges from Stardew Valley, Uncharted 4, Destiny, The Witcher 3, Halo Wars, and many other games. And it's just a story of talking to the developers about what happened in the background while they were developing their games and how difficult it was. Sort of either just not having enough time, or people leaving, or the publishers giving them unrealistic targets and stuff. It really makes you realise how difficult games are to make. So yeah, if you like that movie, I definitely recommend it.
Cool.
So yeah, got halfway through that. It's another one of those weird ones where it was cheaper to buy the paperback than the Kindle version. I don't understand Amazon.
That's what?
I know. The paperback, the actual paperback book was £8, and to get it on your Kindle was £12.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I don't understand. But yeah, Blood, Sweat and Pixels. Definitely recommend it. Check it. See if you can find it on Amazon.
Blood, Sweat and Pixels. Badass name.
It is really, really good. I'm looking on the back now. Recommended retail price for the States is $15.99. So you'd probably get it for about $10 on Amazon, I would guess.
Okay.
And I think that's about it, really. So yeah, it's just mainly been trying to get through the Watch Dogs 2 campaign before all the good stuff starts at the end of the month. I didn't quite make it because it's all kicked off this weekend, doesn't it? How about you? And drinking wise, sorry, I'm drinking. Oh, yeah. I'm very back important. On the wheat beer.
Banana.
That's what it's called. Wheat beer. No, not the banana.
Oh,
beer.
Wheat beer. Okay.
It's just the wheat beer. So, the Co-op home brand wheat beer, which is really good.
Good.
So, how about you?
Let's see. I didn't play a ton of games. I mean, I played a lot this week, but I didn't play a large variety of games. I played well, if you go to YouTube, you can check out every month I've been trying to pick one random game out of Game Pass, playing it and saying whether I think you should play or pass it on it. And so I played a game called Thief of Thieves. So go over to YouTube, see what I think about that, and that's all I'll say there because I want you to hit that. I want to get that view. I'll whore myself out here. But other than that, I played a lot of AC Odyssey myself this week. Got sucked back into that. Story-wise, I am on the Pirate Islands, if you remember that part. Trying to find my mother, so I'm trying to get like enough money to give to the head pirate to show like help me out kind of thing.
Oh right, yeah. She wants a ton, doesn't she, if I remember rightly?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I should say the reason why your character is doing it or not, because I don't know how many people are playing the game and where they're at, but there's something she says that makes your character go, how'd you know that? Blah, blah, blah. And so it's kind of like, yeah, this lady's not lying to you, so might as well. But, man, that game's fantastic.
It is.
It really is I think it is now my official, like, favorite Assassin's Creed game. And I said that about Origin because I was enjoying Origin more than Black Flag. And, I mean, if they keep this trend up, hopefully they just continuously get better, you know?
I can't believe you're so early on in the campaign. It's gonna. I know. Lot more,
I think I'm only 18 to 20 hours in.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah, which to say that and for it to be early in the campaign says a lot about this game.
It does.
I shared a clip in the club and on Instagram, and threw it out everywhere because I was you get double crossed by somebody on a ship, and I kept trying to fight them, but all her cronies on her ship were killing me. So
I know the issue now. Yeah.
So I got tired of like getting killed over and over again. I was like, I just gotta get past this mission. So I like kind of did the like mediocre like, here you can have it, blah 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 thing, and then proceeded to just run over and Spartan kick her off the ship right away. So it killed her, and then I fought her entire ship, but I just kept diving underwater, coming up, sneaking behind, killing a guy, and then kicking him off the ship. So the clip I share is me kicking these guys off the ship, and I must have done enough that it attracts sharks, and a shark just randomly jumps out of the water and eats a guy. And I was just like, holy fuck. Yeah. So it was pretty awesome. But yeah, I just kept jumping off the ship and going underneath the ship, and then they would just be like, oh, where'd she go? And then I'd come back up and assassinate like two of them, and then Spartan kick one off and jump back off the ship. Rinse and repeat. Man, that Spartan kick is so fun. Like, a Spartan kick everything. Like, if a wild boar comes chasing after me, I just like wait for it and Spartan kick it right in the face.
I never really used it. It's when I went for my favourite move was the bull rush.
Okay.
Which you can do the same thing if you bull rush somebody, it will push them off the side or whatever. Spartan
kick. There's something about the I guess the animation of just like kicking the shit out of somebody. I don't know.
It was more fun. Right? Yeah, I don't know why I stuck with the bull rush. I think it's funny, isn't it? You get into a habit. Because I was looking of all. I mean, I think I only ever really used about 2 or 3 skills in the end. You get your favourite ones. And once I found a set of swords I like, I think I kept them through the entire game.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm having I haven't switched out my weapons every now and then I'll switch them out, but not very often. I've been upgrading my stuff more than I have been switching stuff out.
Are you engraving the stuff as well?
The weapons I currently have, I engraved them. So because you can only do so many only one engravement, or I guess it depends on the weapon.
They get one slot, but you can re-engrave, so you can change your mind.
So, but yeah, same thing. Like I've been holding on to the same weapons that I've been using for a long time. The only thing that I seem to constantly switch out are the bows. But obviously, well, yeah, that's the only other weapon. I was gonna say the armor. Armor I constantly switch out too. But man, fantastic game. Other than that, I've been playing Apex Legends. Freaking love that game. It is definitely the battle royale game for me. I think that's I played with Shine and Organic last night.
Oh, nice. And
we were just talking about it, and it was just like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to go back to Call of Duty. And well, I stopped playing Fortnite for a while. It's not even installed on my Xbox. So, but PUBG, I haven't played that in forever. I keep hearing that it runs better now, but I heard that multiple times. So, but man, Apex Legends is just so smooth. I mean, Titanfall, everyone knows how great Titanfall is. I mean, it's just, I like the color coded, everything's just made for you to be able to move through the game quick. The inventory management's easy, everything,
Yeah. Yeah, I've not heard any negatives about this game at all. It's like one of those ones where the hype is real, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be raving about it.
The only thing that I could say is I feel like once because in those games you down someone and then you have to kill them a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like after you down someone, it takes too many shots to officially kill them.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I feel like they need to lower that a tiny bit, not a lot, just a little bit. I just feel like sometimes I'm putting a lot of bullets in someone after they're down in order to kill them. I did get. It was crazy. I think it was Tuesday night, possibly Wednesday night. I can't remember which night it was, but me and Organic were playing, and I got my first kill ever in the game. I keep getting a lot of damage, but not getting the kills.
Not getting the kill. that's annoying.
Like all the way kill, not knocked down. Like I've knocked plenty of people down, but like gotten an actual kill. But my first kill was all fisticuffs. I had absolutely nothing. And like we landed with this other group, and I just was like, well, this is only going to go one way. So I ran right at them and just start punching the shit out of somebody and ended up killing him before his buddies helped him out.
So are you already settling on a favorite character, more class?
Yeah, my favorite character, I forgot his name. It's Blood. I want to say Bloodborne, but that's probably wrong because that's a video game. But,
that is, yeah.
But that's the tracker guy. I really like using him. Just because I know, like, I'm not the best at those games, but, like, if I can be more of a support-wise type character, you know what I mean? It'll work out well. Last night, me and Organic got second place in one match. Like, we're so close. Like, if I had a grenade, we would have won that match because I spotted the other team, but I had no grenade, and they were all cooped up inside of one building, so I could have tore them up with a cluster grenade and then got some, but still making second place was pretty cool. And then me, him, and Shine finished top 10 and top 5 a couple times too. So getting better at it. But God, that game is good. I think you should give it a shot since you like Titanfall so much. You might.
Titanfall, yeah, I should. This. I mean, I haven't jumped into any of the Battle Royale games because I think, if I'm honest, I've always been wary about spoiling other people's fun because I know I'm shit at those sort of things. So don't really want to spoil other people's fun by having a crap guy running around. But I do really, really like Titanfall's my favourite FPS when we're playing community plays. So yeah, I should.
Yeah, that's why I think this one's like perfect for you. I mean, even when you're like, trust me, I'm not very. I mean, I'm getting better, but I'm not very good at it either. But like, even when you lose, you don't feel bad. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's some people out there, but I'm still like, man, that was fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't mind losing at all. I mean, I'm in it for the fun. As long as I'm enjoying the loop, I'll just die and die and die. For me, it all depends who I'm playing with, and am I having a laugh? I don't particularly need to win, but I'm always worried that I might be spoiling other people's fun by preventing them from winning. Most of
the people in our community aren't going to be that pissed off. So.
It's me being overly sensitive more than anything else. So, but yeah, I definitely need to give it a try. I think if I'm going to jump into any of them, this is the one because it's my favourite FPS. Because I've always liked the Titanfall gameplay.
Cool. Other than that, that's all I played. Like I said, all this week. Been watching season 2 of Ozark with my wife. I don't know if you've watched that show, but that show's good.
What's like?
It's a Netflix original. It's I think it's directed and stars in and directs by Jason Bateman, and he pretty much plays this accountant who's like a laundryman for the Mexican cartel. And then like his partner was like so pretty much like shit goes down where him and his family have to run to live somewhere else, so they go to this town called Ozark, and he's starting to do like the money laundry thing there, but it's like a small town thing and a bunch of shit going on. That's as far detailed as I can get without like spoiling things.
I'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah, probably on Netflix over here.
Yeah, it's Netflix. Yeah, it's a Netflix original, and it's in there. It's 2 seasons out, so it's really good. So we've been watching that.
And are they like Netflix seasons, just like 12 episodes? Or are they super long US seasons lengths? Like
no. It's our show. It's an hour show, so I think it's like 12 or 13 episodes a season.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all my week's been up to. And what I'm drinking tonight is some Lagunitas IPA, which is just a classic IPA out there in California. Lagunitas, by the way, if you ever see that over there, all their beers are good. Go ahead and pick them up, give them a try. They got this. My favorite is their little something ale. It's really good, and it'll put you on your ass.
That sounds good. I need to find an IPA I like to drink at home. I just can't find one at the moment.
Is it too hoppy for you?
No, I really, really like IPA. I just can't find one I enjoy drinking at home. I mean, always, if I'm at the pub, I always have an IPA, and it's my favourite beer. But
why not at home? They won't taste different.
No, I don't know. I just don't enjoy drinking it at home. I think,
or is it like you like it better off a tap? Like I could.
I definitely prefer it draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's definitely always better than bottled or canned. I mean, IPA is usually bottled. But yeah, I just can't find. I don't know. I don't enjoy drinking it at home. I'm wondering if it's because whenever I buy it for home, I always buy weird little indie breweries, not the ones I usually buy when I'm drinking out. But I'm looking for that find where you think, oh, this is a nice little indie brewery. It's really, really nice. And I think I'm just being unlucky with my choices. And they're always
that sucks. Are you buying too many London-based beers?
No, I mean more local ones. And usually, and the weird thing is, the local breweries in the pubs are usually really, really good.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a pub in the centre I'm slowly working through. There's what do they currently say? I think it's got 47 IPAs on.
Okay, damn.
Me and a friend, they give you, when you go in, you get a little scorecard. So you tick them off as you drink them.
See how far you can get.
Yeah, so me and a mate are doing those on a Wednesday night. Every so often we'll go in and have 2 or 3. We're just working along the barrels at the back. And there I haven't come across one I don't like. Maybe I'm just not going to enjoy IPA at home. Maybe it's one I need to drink draft out and about. No, I just have to accept that. Might just be that.
Yeah, get that. You know, IPAs is like, I mean that it's like the Coca-Cola beer over here in America. Like everywhere you go is IPA. Like sometimes I go to get beer and I want to get a craft beer, and then I'm like, it's nothing but fucking IPAs. People, change your stock. Like there's more than one style of beer, you know. But
so
I mean, I love IPAs, but it's like sometimes like if it's like the summer and it's like 90 degrees and humid, I don't want to go drink an IPA. You know what I mean?
No. Do you get people doing things like porters and stouts over there, like in the winter months?
Oh yeah, tons. Yeah, I mean, a porter is my favorite beer, my favorite style of beer. I just usually don't drink them except for during the winter.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a winter beer. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and and you know, I love Murphy Stout and Guinness and all that stouts too. Love them. I mean, people go nuts. There's one, I think it's a stout. It might be it's probably a porter. Yeah, it's a porter. It's called Sweet Baby Jesus by Duclaw Brewery. And it's a peanut butter porter.
Ooh.
It is so fucking good. But yeah, so but that's all I've been drinking. That's what our weeks have been up to. And just some quick housekeeping here. Again, we do have a Patreon. If you would like to support the show, it's a great way to support the show. It gets you an automatic entry into our giveaway, which currently is every other month until we get back up to our goal where we will do a giveaway every month. But hey, you don't only have to be a Patreon to get a entry into that. You can as well listen to the show live in our Discord, so come join our Discord, and all of this stuff will be in the show notes. But if you come and listen to the first episode of the month, that is when we would do the giveaway. And if you're listening live, you also get an entry into that. We do also have merch, another way to be able to support the show, over at merchroom.com/collections, 16 ounce, and you can use 16 ounce for discount off your entire purchase. I believe it's 10% still.
Very probably.
Yeah. And with that, let's get into some news. So first off, Surf, I'm giving you mad props on your headlines this week. They're fantastic.
Thank you for that.
First off, Ubisoft gets the AAA bug. in their earnings report, Ubisoft have stated that they plan to release 4 AAA games next fiscal year, which starts in April. It seems likely with that Skull and Bones will be one of the games released, but with an Assassin's Creed confirmed as not being released this year, the other 3 are a mystery at the moment. So I'm thinking another Watch Dogs movie, possibly. Well, not movie, game.
I did hear, apparently there are rumours that Ubisoft have trademarked the name Watch Dogs 3.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if...
I mean, that's no surprise, though, right?
It's no surprise. I'm actually surprised you have to actually specifically do Watch Dogs 3. I would have thought Watch Dogs would be enough. I think what's throwing me out is possibly the new generation of consoles coming out next year. Because I'm thinking, well, I'd probably hold off Watch Dogs as a next generation console release. But then the next generation is probably out next year anyway. And if it's out at the end of next year, it would make sense for them to double dip and get it released on this generation and the next generation. So
yeah, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, sort of get a release out and then get a remastered 60 FPS version released when the new consoles come out, so they can get 2 sets of sales. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if one of them was Watch Dogs. If they haven't got Assassin's Creed, I don't know.
So what other?
You think you might get another? What's that other game? What have I gone blank?
I was going to say For Honor, maybe a second For Honor.
For Honor 2, yeah, I might do that.
I mean, I don't know if they would do that. I mean, the first one kind of died out a little bit. I mean, they've been supporting it, and it is a great game. I freaking suck balls at the sword mechanics, but I mean, I'm trying to think of what else would just pop up this year.
Stealth one? Why can't I think of the name?
Wildlands.
Wildland, yeah. Do you think it might do another one of those?
I don't see why not. I mean, I still gotta finish that fucking big ass game. But yeah, they could possibly put out another Wildlands. But the first Wildlands didn't come out too much longer after the Division, right? It came out maybe a year after.
About a year. So if they're doing the Division this year, that might tally up that we get a Wildlands around this time next year.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the next physical year, which runs through April. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility. April, so. I mean, and like you said, with the new console coming out, they might pop. That might be another, same thing. They could put that on the one, but they could, or they can be aiming for the next generation of consoles as well, just the exclusives for that.
Yeah. So.
But the thing is, with the whole Xbox philosophy, would that really work? I mean, I think the OG's dead after this year, so.
Oh, I think with the philosophy, I think they definitely can. What they can do is, I mean, let's throw in Wildlands. They can release it for this generation. Like everything else, you get it 4K 30 FPS on the X, and you get it 1080p 30 FPS on the S and the original Xbox. But then later in the year, when the new generation come out, they say, and here's a version that runs at 4K 60 frames per second.
That's true.
Because that's pretty easy for them, isn't it? Because they're not going to need to update the graphics that much because they're not going to go above 4K. They'll just be able to run everything at 60 FPS.
You think they'll pump out another Rainbow Six Siege?
I think everyone hopes, don't they?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everyone's been talking about that for so long. I really don't know.
It's still a hot game.
Still a hot game. And but they teased it so much last year, didn't they? And then it's all gone quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look forward to anything Ubisoft puts out. Lately, they've been getting closer and closer to being one of my favorite publishers. I've just enjoyed a lot of their games lately, and they seem to be one of the guys that, they seem to get it. I hope they would stop putting broken games out, because that seems to be the MO of the industry right now. Game's a little bit broken and we'll fix it throughout its lifespan.
Yeah, that seems to be the way now, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like they've done the best job though in the past like year, 2 years at supporting their games and updating their games and making them better.
Oh, Ubisoft are brilliant.
Yeah,
I can't follow. They support their games to the hill. I think they've given up on one, have they?
No, not yet.
So yeah, I think maybe a Wildlands. That would probably be a safe-ish bet. You've got Skull and Bones. They might have a new IP. They might have another new IP.
Yeah, they might have some new IPs. That would be exciting. So, one thing they do have though, which is part of the February beta onslaught that continues, is Ubisoft have announced that the Trials Rising open beta will be available from the 21st to the 25th of February on all 4 platforms. Bikes included in the beta are the Squid, Rhino, Mantis, Helium, and 2-player tandem bike.
Can you imagine playing that game on a tandem?
The open beta will also include 25 contracts, challengers game mode, 8 online multiplayer tracks, 18 courses, 4 University of Trials tracks, customization editor. While Ubisoft have confirmed the Division 2 open beta. How do you say it? You say it beta, don't you?
I
think we had this
before. But I think I've been Americanized and I say beta now. I should say beta.
Well, Ubisoft have also confirmed that the Division 2 open beta will arrive on the 1st March and run till the 4th. So, more betas, guys.
More betas. The Trials one looks like it's basically the entire game. There's an awful lot in that beta.
Yeah.
8 multiplayer tracks, 18 courses, 25 contracts.
The Trials is a great game too.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I mean, it's good. It's going to be fun. It's a great game to play with friends.
Couldn't find anything referencing price. I didn't think to check the store. Actually, in hindsight now, because
I haven't.
Assuming Trials doesn't usually end up being a $60 game, does it?
I would think 35, 40, like American.
And I really, really like the other one, so might be interested in picking that one up.
Yeah, that might be one of those games I don't pick up right away, but I'm definitely going to be picking it up. Just because I know I'm going to play it with them. I've played the first one a lot with people, so.
Yeah, it was really good fun. And it's still got the best total screen music.
Yeah. Let's see, what are we going to go into next? Well, Valentine's Day just came by. And I don't know about you. You ever gone through a breakup around Valentine's Day?
I think lots of people do. It hurts.
Yeah, get you in the pits. And what's the best thing to do?
Well, you got to tell everyone how bad the other partner is.
There it is.
Really dig in and tell the truth.
Yep. Well, St. Valentine's Day is over, and Activision dishes the dirt on their breakup with Bungie. As part of their earnings report, Activision discussed their split from Bungie. COO Cody Johnson said he was confident it was the right decision for both parties and was a mutual, admissible agreement. Sorry, that's so fucking... bullshit. Yeah. When the deal was signed 10 years ago, a key component was Bungie kept rights to the IP, unlike most of the other franchises Activision handles. Johnson said, "We did not own the underlying Destiny IP, and we do for all of our other major franchises," which we think is not just a differentiator. Thank you. Man, for us in the industry, but also controlling the underlying IP gives us the chance to move in with new experiences and new engagement models, which also come with the new revenue streams and structurally higher economics when you own the IP. God, they like the word new.
Loot boxes. That means
loot boxes. Yep, loot boxes. That's what that's all about. Destiny 2 Forsaken failed to sell to the company's expectations, and in a financial review, it became clear Destiny was not a material contributor to profit. but also other Activision studios like High Moon and Vicarious Visions were tied up helping Bungie develop content faster. Bungie was tying up one of our is that scarcest resources developers tell. I'm sorry, people. I don't know why I can't read today. They also confirmed the layoff of around 800 employees.
So from Activision's point of view, it's all down to money. Basically, Destiny 2 wasn't earning them enough, and I think that tells us that probably Bungie was keeping Activision at bay a bit, and Activision were fed up that they couldn't add all these new revenue streams as much as they wanted because they didn't have full control. And what I also find stupid is they're moaning that Bungie was tying up one of their scarcest resources, developer talent, and then in the next breath say that they're laying off 800 employees. If it's that scarce, should you really be laying people off?
Yeah, man, that's nuts. I feel bad for. I mean, that's 800 people without jobs. I'm hoping if laying off 800 employees, if it leads to anything when it like evolved with the whole Bungie split, I'm hoping those people can get jobs in Bungie. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Well, it looks like Bungie need help because if they were. I didn't realise Bungie was getting help from other Activision studios to get the content done. So it looks like they need more
I didn't
staff.
realise that either.
Yeah. As you say, agree with Organic there. It sounds like it's the Netflix model for Activision. They're shelling out all the money, but they didn't own anything. A bit like Netflix and the Marvel.
Yeah, and then you can't. I don't blame I mean, I think it's a good move for both parties. To be honest, Bungie gets more control of their content. Hopefully, they can keep up the pace they were at, or even better. You know what I mean?
Hopefully so.
Yeah, but Activision. I mean, as the publisher and the person throwing the money up, if you're not getting the return you want, why keep investing in something? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
so
I think people are a bit harsh on the bigger companies. I mean, we all moan about them. It's all like everyone's like, "Oh, EA's the devil, Activision are the devil," but people forget they are companies.
Yeah,
the companies exist to make profit for the shareholders. That's the way our system works.
Yep.
That's what capitalism is. We may not like it, but that's the way it works, folks. These companies are there to make profit, and that's all really.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, that's. I mean, obviously the game developers, guys actually developing games, have a passion for the game and all, but people in the publishing business, it's all about making that money. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the developers, you have to be committed to the art and the fun of making games because it's not an easy job at all. You have to love what you're doing for the fun of it. But yeah, for the publishers, it all comes down to the spreadsheets, I'm afraid, which is the way it is.
So now, do you have high now? I guess we talked about this before, but my major concern about the split off is what, like I said before, like Bungie keeping up the pace. If they would if they're having two studios help them to make content for the game, which you've played, what, the first two expansions you're about to do?
I've got to do the Forsaken. Yeah,
it's kind of hard to think that they needed help with those first two expansions, right?
Well, yeah, because it didn't really add anything new, did it? I mean, they weren't developing new maps or whatever.
Yeah. So that's my only new concern is, like, man, if they were getting help from Activision's two studios, then, like, what the fuck's going to happen now in the future with that game?
Unless it was, they're just going to... The other option is maybe we get stuff less frequently, but of better quality. There might have been a sort of argument between them and Activision about, no, we need the Forsaken in March sort of thing. We need it now, or we need it in
because they want to
8 months' time, rather than spend your time and get it how you want it. We want it in 8 months' time. So, and Bungie saying, well, we can't do it, and Activision saying, well, okay, here's some stuff from High Moon and Vicarious Visions, get it done because we want it in 8 months' time, sort of thing. So it might be that stuff slows down, but it's of better quality, maybe.
True, that's a good point, because like Activision could be saying, hey, like the quarter's about to end, we need revenue through your game. Like, are you gonna have something out this quarter, or are you gonna have something out, like they might want them every 2 quarters putting content out or something like that,
Exactly, because that's how the big companies work, isn't it? It's all down to, we need it this quarter. All businesses work like that, don't they? It's like, you're probably the same in your business as I get in mine. It's like, if you want a new laptop or something, make sure you order it now, because it has to come out of this quarter's budget, not next quarter's.
Oh, yeah. Every 3 months, man. Every 3 months.
So hopefully it will be better. I just worry about Bungie because they seem to keep making bad decisions. It seemed really weird that they sort of bailed from Microsoft, moaning that this big company was telling them what to do, and they hated it because they didn't want to do Halo anymore. And then they immediately jumped into bed with another huge big company, and they seem to have done the same. Oh, we don't know the deal, but they've taken a big load of money from another big company, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a Chinese company, but apparently, from what I was talking to a few people, and they were saying like that money has nothing to do with Destiny at all. They must be working on like some type of. They might be reskinning a mobile game or something for that Chinese developer.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, that's good.
Yeah, and it was possibly just a move to get some more funding to back like this split kind of thing.
I mean, if nothing else,
apparently, I should say that's not 100%.
I mean, we'll probably never know. But
my news source was another nerds around getting coffee in the morning at work. So
I suppose now the big test is, if things stay as they are, the big test is Destiny 3, because Bungie have lost all the safety nets, haven't they? If anything goes wrong with Destiny 3, they can't blame anyone else.
I mean, they've never pointed a finger at anyone, but I think more so the fans. I think more so fans have always pointed fingers at the big time publisher. I think Bungie's always been professional about whatever's going on behind closed doors.
Very.
But now they won't have any. The fans won't have a finger to be.
No,
they can only point at one person.
Yeah, it's the fans. Yeah. The fans won't be able to point anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fans, that they do go up and get angry about ridiculous things. Like when a campaign gets taken away from a game that no one plays the campaign for. I'm trying. You're trying. You're doing well, mate. Call of Duty can't kick the campaign habit. For those who missed the campaign in last year's COD Black Ops 4, Activision President Rob, I can't pronounce that last name, I'm going to butcher it, Kostic, has confirmed that a single-player campaign will be back this year alongside the usual multiplayer modes and a new co-op mode. This year, it's Infinity Ward's turn with the franchise, their last turn giving us Infinity Warfare in 2016. So I think this is a move showing that, no, they're not going to pump out a new Battle Royale every time there's a Call of Duty game. They're going to stick with the Black Ops one.
Yeah.
And just update that, and the next Black Ops game is probably going to have a campaign as well. I wouldn't be surprised by that, unless they're going to do like every 2 years a Black Ops game comes out and they put out a different BR game. But I think that's kind of mental. You know what I mean?
It would, unless the only thing I think I agree with you. I suppose just possibly taking another route and playing devil's advocate. I suppose you could wonder maybe if Infinity Wars have been working on this since 2016. Maybe it's just got to the point that they've said, well, we spent so much money on the campaign, we might as well include it.
Yeah.
But this might be the last one for each of the ones.
That's true.
I think I'm not sure I agree with that. It's one of those ones we don't know how much control Activision has over what each of the studios do we? How much leeway have each studio got on how they want their COD to be? Activision,
yeah, no clue.
You have to have a campaign, or it's totally up to you. Or they might be saying, "Oh, actually, Black Ops 4 sold really well without a campaign. Going forward, let's not bother anymore, guys, because obviously we don't need them."
Bro, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that are happy that there's a campaign back. Back when I played Call of Duty a lot, I mean, Black Ops 4 is the first one I played since the first. Well, like I said, Black Ops 4 was the first one I played since the original Black Ops, and that had a fantastic campaign. But I've never played anything else since then. But from my understanding, it seems like the amount of people that actually complete the campaign have dropped throughout the years.
Yeah, for sure, I think.
But if this is, I mean, I don't know. I really just think they don't want to keep making, like, they have no choice. Like, it's like, well, we can't do another Battle Royale game, but we got to be able to put some type of content in there to slap that $60 price on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean,
it'll be interesting. And what do you think? I've only played a few. I've never really played Ascension. This new co-op mode, is that like? Do you think that's saying that the campaign will be playable by two in co-op mode?
For far as I know, from, like I said, the last campaign I did was the original Black Ops. I don't think there has been a co-op campaign in Call of Duty, so maybe that's what they're saying. Like,
yeah,
hey, there'll be. I mean, that could help campaign numbers if you can run through it with a friend or three friends.
I think it really would help, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are far more I think people are more likely to get to the end of the campaign if they're playing with a friend in co-op mode.
Organic is in chat, and he said that Blackout 3 had a co-op campaign.
Yeah, I'm not.
So maybe.
Thanks for that, mate.
Maybe it's some like co-op, like fucking run special ops missions type things or something. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? But there's your Call of Duty news for the week. And finally, there was a live action Anthem trailer, and it stuns. EA have released a live action Anthem trailer by Neil Blomkamp. I know I butchered that as well. Set decades before the game, and it makes you want a movie, which I did not get a fucking chance to watch that.
Did you not? It looks fucking awesome. It does look. I want the movie. It is really cool. The amount of money they spent on that, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
It made me more hyped for the game.
Oh man, I have to check it out.
Yeah, it is now, shot. It's not, like the little move they did before Far Cry came out.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. It is like a movie trailer. It's just a number of separate shots, so it makes it look like it is a trailer for a movie. So there isn't a coherent story that you follow through. It's just like a movie trailer. But it makes you want the movie. It's really good. So, yeah. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out.
Organic pointed out that that guy was the person signed on for the Halo movie, and that's right, he used the props for District 9. District 9, God, what a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah, it was. I think he was gonna do an Alien movie as well, I think.
Yeah.
That got canned as well.
District 9 had that South African group like Antwood or something in it. There's the two weird characters that. Oh no, that's Chappie. I'm thinking of Chappie.
That's Chappie, but that's him
also
as well.
The same.
Yeah,
was just the same director.
Same director. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Chappie.
Isn't that what they're called? Antwood or something like that? Some weird fucking name. They got some crazy weird music. But
right.
Then that will do it for the news. Let's move into some community questions. So first up, from our buddy Organic, he wants to know, with Apex coming out, EA finally gave Respawn the time to shine. Did they fuck Anthem a bit and double dick Battlefield's BR? I see it more towards Anthem, as Battlefield 5 should have been ready to launch months ago. It's incredibly early in the year, but what is everyone's feelings? Oh, is this a separate question? On Resident Evil 2 being a contender for Game of the Year, blah, blah, blah. So first question, I don't know if they fucked Anthem, only because these are two totally different games. Like, Apex is the whole BR. They definitely hurt. Battlefield is fucked. But like, no one's gonna play that BR game. I mean, people might, but I mean, as good as Apex is, I just see Battlefield's BR just fucking flopping. But I think Anthem will be okay because it's a totally different style of game. What do you think, sir?
Like I said, I'm not really a big Battle Royale player, so it's a bit hard for me to judge. But I think they've all, from what I feel, from what people have said, I feel they've all got their own little niche.
Yeah.
So I think there's room for the ones on the market already. I think there's room. I mean, there's no real overlap between I like Fortnite in any of them. That's definitely its own little thing. PUBG's got that more realistic feel. I suppose the COD one and the Apex one are the most alike, I guess. But I think I agree with you. I think Battlefield 5 is fucked. I think they've just left it too late.
Yeah.
It should have been included on release, because I think people have just given up on that game. I think, and the sad thing is, if you hear people who've played it, everyone raves it. They said it's really, really good. It's one of the better ones. But they've just fucked up that game so much that they've blown any chance of it. It's not going to pick up people when, because I think most people have dropped it and they're not going to go back.
Yep, I agree with you. All right, so Organic's got two more questions for us, so we'll go with his second one. And I started reading it thinking it was part of the first. It's incredibly early in the year, but what is everyone's feelings on Resident Evil 2 being a contender for Game of the Year, being a remaster re-imaging? I think it has a good chance because, I mean, shit, man. I watched a playthrough of it. I mean, it was very well done. It looked awesome, and everyone that I've talked to that has played the game 100% loves it. So, I mean, yeah, currently right now, I think it was one of those games that has a chance. I would throw Apex in that category already after a week being out.
Yeah, I mean, Apex has a real chance, doesn't it? I think at the moment, yeah, I started watching a playthrough today. Yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be. It looks amazing. Games like Anthem and Division 2 don't tend to win Game of the Year, do they? So I don't think those two are going to be in the running. I can't think of anything coming out later in the year. Gears 5 definitely won't get Game of the Year. I really like the Gears franchise. I think it's going to be brilliant, but I can't see Gears 5 making, unless it's got an absolutely amazing story and they've really pulled all the stops out. I can't see Gears 5 making it. So what I know about what's coming out for the rest of the year, I think the only one that might pit to the post at the moment is what Sony does later in the year. I mean, if Last of Us 2 gets released September, October, then that's almost guaranteed to jump into the slot, I would imagine. But as things stand now, I think it's got a good chance. I'm just not quite sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, organic trait. I mean, Gears, they've changed the lead to all female, which could really help because it might make it more emotionally based, which people seem to want now. I've got high hopes for Gears, but I'd be very surprised if it made Game of the Year. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Microsoft could do with it. And I am a big Gears lover.
Yeah. I mean, that was great.
Well, shall I read this one out while you have a look? So, Ganik asks, EA finally pulled a fantastic move with Apex and having it out the date was released. It prevented outcry over loot boxes and let people see for themselves instead of gathering negative news for months before release. Do you think they could apply this to a Star Wars license to save face on the last few years of exclusivity? I think probably, yeah. I didn't most people say the only way they could release Apex was this way. It was the only way it was going to work. Because if they'd announced it before, like you said, the negative press was just going to build up beforehand with everyone just digging their heels in because it was EA. So
yeah,
it might be EA's best way of doing things now is just to surprise everyone with a here it is.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that working with the Star Wars game. It was like, hey guys, there's a new Star Wars game out this Monday. Enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good idea. Like, I mean, I could see that happening. I don't see why not. I'm trying to find.
The beauty EA's got is they can keep surprises up their sleeve because everyone knows they've got those key franchises. They can announce those in advance. There's not a problem with that. You can tell everyone, oh, this is what the new Madden's going to look like, and this is what we've done to FIFA this year to make it even better. And Battlefield's going to look like this. But stuff like a surprise Star Wars game or next Battlefront, you can probably keep those close to their chest and just surprise people.
Yeah. The next question comes from Tony. Tony, we are going to save your question for next week when all four of us are here to record. So don't worry, we're not ignoring you. We will answer it next week. Next question comes from, he's not here tonight, but Toast. He wants to know, would you rather have a subtitled foreign language game or a shitty localization to English? I have no problem with subtitles. I actually, when I watch a movie that's subtitled, I prefer watching a subtitled over dubbed because I feel like sometimes it just does not match the acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it gives you a better idea of the actor's performance and everything.
Exactly. I'm exactly the same as you. I'd rather have the foreign language and read the subtitles. I always watch my anime in the original language with the subtitles. I hate dubbed stuff. Same with movies. So yeah, I've got no problems with reading subtitles while I'm playing. So definitely. Although, if I know that, sometimes I'll watch the dub if I know if it's particularly bad.
Yeah.
It's a bit like like the original Resident Evil.
Oh god.
The voice acting, I think you miss something if you don't have the really awful voice acting in that. I'm assuming the original Japanese wasn't quite as corny and bad as the bad English
trend. Yeah.
So yeah, it all depends. If it's really, really bad, I suppose I'd go for the shitty localization just because it's more funny. But yeah, generally I'd rather have the foreign language and subtitles.
And I fucked up and took this as movies, but for games as well, like I have no problem with subtitles. I can read, sort of. But Yeah. If it's bad voice acting, that can turn you off from a video game. But like you said, in some cases, it can be comedic and keep you listening.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it depends on the game too. If it's like a long, like detailed story game, I think like a shitty localization to English would kind of ruin the experience. Whereas if you just left it the original voice acting and read the subtitled, it would be fine. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's always more fun if you can have well, I think it's better and more fun if you can hear the original language. Like you said, I think you get a proper. I just find it, especially with movies, I find it disconcerting when the sounds coming out of the mouth don't match the mouth movements. It really, really puts me off.
Yeah. So, we also did have a question from Kaboski, but I accidentally deleted it before reading it. And I apologize, Cabo. I deeply apologize. I did message him. He doesn't remember it either, what he asked. So, but I do want to put it out there that it's all my fault that your question was not asked on the podcast. But but Organic's listening live, and he threw another one at us real quick. And here it is. Do you think EA Access should restructure with some of its games and the 10-hour trial? For example, with Anthem, if you bought the game and it's not PvP, do you think the trial should be unlimited and not timed? Like if you bought the game, well, I feel like if you bought the game, I get what he's saying. Yeah, like then I guess the way they would advertise that is if you buy the game, you get to play the game early.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got to juggle. I suppose they're trying to juggle the fact that they don't want too much of the campaign given away early before everyone else gets to play it. And that's why they restrict it to 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours seems at least a bit annoying. Was it a week away? So we can play for 10 hours and then have to wait a week before you can pick it up again.
I still think like being able to play for 10 hours of a game, like if you have paying for a $5 a month service and you get to play a brand new IP, new game for 10 hours and decide whether you want to buy it or not, like that's not a bad deal. So like, I don't know. I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah, I'd probably say I think I'm happy with it. And if I was like playing in the week or whatever, I usually can only manage a couple of hours tops a night, maybe 3. So I could probably get 3 or 4 nights play out of that.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're playing for that long, then you might as well go, man, I might as well buy this game.
Yeah.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, that is our last call. And tonight's or today or morning or whatever time you're listening to this, our last call topic is, should there be a 30-plus age group for competitive gaming? So, as you know, in the competitive gaming world, your ability dies down probably as soon as you hit about 26, 27, I would say.
I think it's more like about 21, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a very young dominated league, you know. So Surf, do you think that they should do a second group that is 30 plus?
As the old fart, definitely. I don't see any shame for people who don't want to retire but they can't keep up with the 18-year-olds. I suppose you can't when you get to a certain age. Then you just move up to the next division, as it were, where everyone's reflexes are a bit more, on
It's more so moving down a division.
Well, I'll be down or up. Yeah, no, I think I would say up because I suppose that's the only downside of it. Is everyone's going to look at it as the inferior division, aren't they? It's like the old farts, which doesn't make me happy, but I suppose you can't stop that happening.
Yeah.
So
I think when it comes to esports, like with how like popular esports are getting, I mean they show it on ESPN over here and shit, like, so it's getting more of a popular sport. So why not add another league where you can get another pool of people? Because even though I feel like people like myself probably would not be a competitive gamer, but watching other people my age who would have like a similar temperament, you know what I mean? I could see myself like getting into watching those matches a little more than watching the young guys do it. Even though I did just watch the Overwatch League matches, the Philly Fusion match, and it was a lot of fun. But I feel like me being able to watch a group of guys game that I can probably relate more to, like having a closer skill to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also I think it would help. It possibly might help with the public perception of gaming and gamers.
Yeah.
If you sort of like people more regularly saw sort of 38, 39-year-old people playing rather than just a pile of 16 and 17-year-olds, it might make it more socially acceptable to be playing games into your old age. Because although that might be dying out, because you and your friends, you're of a younger age group than me. Are all the people you grow up with still gamers, or are some of them grown out?
No. A lot of people don't, and like and there's still that perception of even people around the same age. Because to me, when you say gamer, to me that's like someone that is like, it's not that I bought a console and I bought like 3 games and every now and then I play it. When I hear a term gamer, it's more so like us, where we buy multiple, we're constantly playing. Like I play my video games every day pretty much. You know what I mean?
It's your primary form of entertainment.
Yeah, it's a not just entertainment, it's a huge hobby, like the culture of gaming, you know what I mean? And like there's still the misconception when like someone like especially if me being like this big tattooed dude and crap, and then I mentioned something about video games, people are like, how old are you? And I'm like 36, and they're like, and you still play video games? And I'm like, well, yeah, why not? Like like, so that's still out there. It hasn't gone away. I think over time it will go away. You know what I mean? But like, I agree with you. This would, if there was a 30 plus age group, like that might help that situation out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm surprised. I find it surprising it's happened so much with your friends. I mean, it definitely did with mine. I think of my age group, I'm the only one who's still playing video games regularly. I mean, we were all playing them in our early 20s, sort of on PC, Amiga, and stuff. And now everyone looks at me like I'm a weirdo. Like, ooh.
Oh man, like out of my core group of friends, there's only one other guy that plays video games still.
I mean, yeah, same with me. Actually, no, I think out of my core group of real life friends, people I grew up with or worked, I think I'm the only one who still regularly plays.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the guy that still plays, I think all he plays is Fortnite and Apex. But he plays every day, so I would say he's a gamer. You know what I mean? He probably plays Madden and NHL too because he's a big sports fan and everything. But yeah, like shit, man. I can't think of too many personal. I know tons of people that like have an Xbox, but they probably watch Netflix on it more than they freaking play a game. You know?
Yeah, no, it's like Organic makes a good point that back then playing a few years back. Playing games was more of a solo experience because there wasn't all the online stuff going on.
Yeah.
And maybe, people find the online stuff a bit off-putting now. I mean,
but it's so fantastic.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of my friends are like, oh, it's a bit weird. What do you mean you talk to people in America? What are you doing that? That's weird.
Yeah.
Or somebody in Scotland. Well, it's not. It's just weird. Why are you doing that? And I got one funny. I suppose I know somebody I work with. He's early 40s, so he's a bit younger than me, but a bit older than you. And he does actually have an Xbox, but he refuses to buy Xbox Live.
So weird.
Because he doesn't want to get involved in all the online stuff. So I'm not going to get Live because I think he said that the live stuff frightens him, the online stuff.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, to each their own, but yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess we can. I mean, shit, man. If it wasn't for online gaming, you and I and Toast and Roz would have never met. I mean,
why exactly?
You know, I think it opens up a whole nother, like, I mean, you just meet so many new people and form friendships. Like, it's insane. I don't know. And I think people don't, like, I guess as the internet's grown, I guess more people are coming more acceptable to it, but it's still weird. Like, most of my family members, like my parents and like my in-laws and all, think it's freaking insane. Like, they think it's not insane. When I say insane, they mean awesome. That, like, I talk to people all over the world all the time for free. Well, not free, but I'm not spending money on a phone bill. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, just think of the world your little one's going to grow up in. It's going to be completely different for him. He won't be able to imagine not being able to do that.
He might be growing up in the world of Ready Player One.
It could well be. Yeah, who can tell? But I mean, I suppose that would be my main worry, is maybe the way we're going. I think we've gone a bit off topic, but sort of maybe for going forward, sort of like your kids' age group growing up, I just hope it doesn't get to the point where it's more weird to have real life friends than online friends. That you interact more with people that you're talking to and meeting online rather than the people you're meeting with on a daily basis in school and stuff. I hope things don't go in that direction too far.
Oh, no. Oh, shit, man. Trust me. I'll make sure my kid has a social life. I think that's important. You know, but, yes, I guess we're both in agreement that, like, having we think there should be, and that it would be a good thing for the video gaming world if there was a 30 plus group. And that will end this episode of the 16 Ounce Gaming Podcast. Please join us on Discord. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at 16 Ounce Gaming, on Facebook and YouTube at 16 Ounce Gaming Family. Review us on iTunes. Tell your friends about us. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you all next week, and cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
Game over.